Sheer devastation and a blow to the history of the Bahamas as an early morning Bay Street fire, this time to the western end of the strip, destroyed the world-famous Pompey Museum, the Old Straw Market tent, and neighboring businesses. From 3 o'clock Friday morning, firefighters used all their resources, combined with that of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, airport fire services, and police, to take control of the blaze. Into one day of his retirement, Fire Chief Jeffrey Delaveau didn't think twice to get back into the action one more time.
On my arrival on the scene, I met the Pompey Museum fully involved, and that was time to fight. That wasn't no time to try to find out what was the cause. We had just got into the fight and try to bring this fire quickly under control. As a matter of fact, the fire was only confined to the Old Straw Market and the Pompey Museum, but the strong wind blew the fire across the street and caught the other buildings across the street.
Several hours later, the blaze was brought under control and extinguished. Now, despite heavy winds, which played a major factor and caused the blaze to spread to the neighboring buildings, firefighters were ready, having learned from previous downtown fires.
With this one, basically, I must say hats off to the Ministry of Works. They had constructed fire hydrants on Bay Street, so those were tremendous help to us. We didn't have to go to the sea to look for water. We were able to connect right to the hydrants and use them directly.
As word spread on the ZNS Network's live coverage, government officials began arriving, including Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham, who received an assessment, greeted distraught vendors before leaving the area. National Security Minister Tommy Turnquest spoke with ZNS News about the destruction.
The British-American building had an excellent sprinkler system and had a reservoir of substantial water. We were able to get contact to get in that building, on the roof of that building, and fight the fire. As you see on the southern side of Bay Street, 2 of the buildings were destroyed, but that assisted the firefighters in bringing the fire under control.
Getting, Minister, some reports that there may be suspected arson. Is that the reports you're getting as well at this stage?
That is an avenue that the police are now looking forward to moving further with.
Minister, what about consideration by the government and cabinet level about changing codes or implementing codes for businesses and buildings in the downtown area, putting in place fire codes, particularly sprinkler systems?
All you have to do is look at the new Planning and Subdivision Act. It's all in there.
A major concern to the rush hour commute was traffic, with access to Bay Street shut off for a greater portion of the morning. Redirecting traffic and keeping motorists and pedestrians out of the area proved challenging. However, Assistant Commissioner of Police Glenn Miller and Assistant Superintendent of Police responsible for traffic Dennis Stirrup says they were able to maintain some semblance of order.
Well, of course, it's going to affect it in a bad way, some areas. But as I indicated, the east of Market Street will certainly be up and running as of now.
And as the morning progressed, it became even more busier for police as you had so many things going on in this one particular area. Over to the left, you had people salvaging what they could from Pompey Museum. Over to the right, straw vendors concerned, agitated by what has transpired. Over to my immediate left in the back, you have business people coming in trying to see what happened to their buildings. And yet in the midst of that speed week trying to get through, and tourists taking pictures of what's happening in beautiful historic Nassau. Clint Watson, ZNS News.